Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into something that I think almost everyone listening has struggled with at some point. You sit down to do something important, maybe study, maybe write, maybe finally start that project you've been putting off, and then somehow, 20 minutes later, you're watching a video about why octopuses can open jars. James, how does that even happen?
Well, honestly, because your brain is doing exactly what it has been trained to do. It's not necessarily a lack of discipline. It's often conditioning. Every notification, every swipe, every short video, every little red badge on your phone teaches your brain to constantly seek novelty.
That's actually kind of comforting because I think a lot of people immediately blame themselves.
Right? And while personal responsibility matters, we also have to recognize the environment we're living in. Most digital platforms are designed by teams of behavioral psychologists, data scientists, and engineers whose job is to maximize one thing: your attention.
Which sounds a little dramatic until you actually think about it.
Exactly. Attention has become one of the most valuable resources in the world. Companies compete for it because attention eventually becomes revenue. The longer you stay on an app, the more ads you see, the more data gets collected, the more money the platform makes.
So every time I tell myself, I'll just check Instagram for 2 minutes, I'm basically stepping into a casino?
That's actually a surprisingly accurate comparison. Casinos remove clocks and windows because they don't want you thinking about time. Social media removes stopping points. Infinite scrolling wasn't invented because people demanded it. It was invented because it keeps you consuming.
Wow. When you put it like that, scrolling suddenly feels a lot less innocent.
It doesn't mean social media is evil. It means we should understand what we're dealing with. If you're playing a game, you should at least know the rules.
I like that. So today we're talking about 3 ideas that have become incredibly popular over the last few years. Dopamine detox, deep work by Cal Newport, and how social media may actually be changing the way we think. Let's start with dopamine because I hear that phrase everywhere now.
Me too. And unfortunately, it's also one of the most misunderstood ideas online.
Let me guess. TikTok oversimplified it?
You could say that. People often describe dopamine as the pleasure chemical, but that's not quite accurate. Dopamine is much more closely related to motivation and anticipation than pleasure itself.
Okay, hold on. That's already different from what I thought.
Imagine you're hiking toward the top of a mountain. Dopamine isn't the feeling you get when you finally reach the summit. It's the drive that keeps telling you, keep climbing. You're getting closer.
So dopamine pushes us toward rewards rather than becoming the reward.
Exactly. That's a much better way to think about it.
Then where does the whole idea of a dopamine detox come from?
Great question. The original idea wasn't about eliminating dopamine. That's impossible. Your brain needs dopamine for movement, learning, decision-making, and countless normal functions. What people really mean is reducing constant exposure to highly stimulating activities.
Things like
Endless scrolling, constant notifications, switching between 5 apps every few minutes, watching dozens of 30-second videos in a row, checking your phone every time it vibrates, or even when it doesn't.
Wait, people check it when it doesn't vibrate?
All the time. There's actually a phenomenon where people feel phantom vibrations because they've become so accustomed to expecting notifications.
I swear I've experienced that.
Most people have. Our brains become incredibly good at predicting rewards. Every time you unlock your phone, there might be an exciting message, a funny meme, breaking news, or a new like on something you posted.
It's like pulling a lever on a slot machine.
Exactly. Sometimes there's nothing interesting. Sometimes there's something amazing. That unpredictability is powerful because variable rewards are one of the strongest ways to reinforce behavior.
So it's not just that social media gives us rewards. It's that we never know when they're coming.
That's right. And because of that uncertainty, our brains keep checking.
Which explains why I'll unlock my phone, forget why I unlocked it, lock it, and then unlock it again 30 seconds later.
That's become surprisingly common. The habit eventually becomes automatic. You stop making a conscious decision. Your hand simply reaches for the phone.
Okay, so if someone says they're doing a dopamine detox this weekend, what should they actually be doing?
Instead of chasing stimulation every spare second, they intentionally spend time doing lower stimulation activities. Reading a physical book, taking a walk without headphones, writing in a journal, having a conversation without checking a phone every few minutes, letting the brain experience boredom again.
Boredom almost sounds healthy.
In many ways, it is. Boredom gives your mind space to wander, reflect, connect ideas, and become creative. Ironically, some of humanity's best ideas probably appeared during moments when people weren't consuming anything at all.
That's fascinating because we've almost been taught to fear boredom. The second we have 10 free seconds, we reach for our phones.
And that's where the bigger question begins. If we've trained ourselves to avoid boredom at all costs, what happens to our ability to do meaningful, focused work?
That's such an important question because when people hear the phrase deep work, it almost sounds old-fashioned, like sitting alone in a library for 8 hours with a notebook.
Right, and that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Deep work isn't about looking productive. It's about producing work that actually matters.
So, let's define it. What exactly is deep work?
The term comes from Cal Newport, and he describes it as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. In simple terms, it's giving your full attention to one difficult thing for an extended period.
Which sounds incredibly simple.
It does.
But also incredibly difficult.
Exactly, because the world around us has changed. 100 years ago, distractions existed, but they weren't literally sitting in your pocket, buzzing every few minutes. Today, your phone can interrupt you at any moment with messages, news, videos, emails, games, shopping alerts, and social media.
It's almost like every app is politely saying, "Hey, remember me?"
That's a perfect way to put it. They're all competing for the exact same thing, your limited attention.
Here's something I've wondered. Is multitasking actually real? Because people love saying, "I'm great at multitasking."
For most mentally demanding work, not really. What we're actually doing is task switching.
What's the difference?
Imagine you're reading a complicated book. Then your phone lights up. You answer a message. Then you go back to the book.
Seems harmless.
Except your brain doesn't instantly jump back to where it was. Part of your attention is still thinking about that message. Maybe you're wondering how the other person will respond. Maybe you're replaying the conversation.
So part of my brain is still somewhere else.
Exactly. Researchers often call this attention residue. Every time you switch tasks, a little bit of your attention stays behind with the previous one.
I love that phrase because it perfectly describes how it feels.
Right? And if you're switching every 3 or 4 minutes, your brain never fully settles into the difficult task.
Which explains why 2 hours can go by and somehow you've accomplished almost nothing.
Exactly. You were busy the entire time, but you weren't deeply focused.
That's such an interesting distinction. Busy versus productive.
They're often confused. You can answer 50 emails, attend 4 meetings, reply to messages, and constantly check Slack or Teams, and at the end of the day feel exhausted.
But maybe not fulfilled.
Exactly, because the truly meaningful work, the report, the research, the coding session, the book chapter, the design, never received uninterrupted attention.
This makes me think about software developers.
They're actually a great example.
Because if you're writing code,
You need to keep an entire mental model in your head. Variables, architecture, logic, edge cases, dependencies, all connected. One interruption can completely break that mental picture.
and then you spend the next 15 minutes just remembering where you were.
Sometimes even longer. Writers experience it. Scientists experience it. Engineers, musicians, students preparing for exams. It affects almost anyone whose work requires thinking rather than simply reacting.
So deep work isn't just for professors hiding away in universities.
Not at all. It's valuable for almost every knowledge worker today.
But here's something people might be wondering. If deep focus is so valuable, why does it feel harder than ever?
Because our brains adapt to whatever we repeatedly practice.
Meaning,
If every few minutes you switch from a video to a text message, then to email, then to music, then back to social media, you're literally practicing distraction.
Wow.
Think about learning an instrument.
Okay.
If you practice piano every single day for years, you become better at piano,
hopefully.
right? But if every single day you practice interrupting yourself every 2 minutes,
You become better at being distracted.
exactly,
That's honestly a little scary.
it is, because habits don't just affect what we do. They slowly shape what becomes easy for us.
So when people say, I can't even read 10 pages anymore, that might not just be because they're tired.
Correct. Their attention span may have been trained towards shorter and shorter bursts of stimulation.
Which brings us to something I hear all the time. People say, movies feel slow now, or I can't finish books anymore.
That's becoming increasingly common. If your brain spends hours consuming content that changes every 15 seconds, slower activities naturally begin to feel less rewarding. Not because they're boring, but because your expectations have shifted.
It's like eating candy all day and then biting into an apple.
Exactly. The apple didn't become less sweet. Your palate changed.
That's such a powerful analogy.
And the encouraging part is that the opposite is also true.
Meaning we can retrain our attention?
Absolutely. The brain is remarkably adaptable. Just as it learned constant distraction, it can relearn sustained focus. It won't happen overnight, but it does happen with consistent practice.
So the goal isn't to become someone who never uses social media.
No, the goal is to become someone who chooses when to use it instead of reacting automatically every time the phone calls for your attention.
That's a huge difference.
It really is. You're moving from being controlled by your habits to consciously designing them.
And I have a feeling that's easier said than done.
Definitely, because understanding the problem is only the first step. The real challenge is changing the daily routines that keep reinforcing it.
Which is exactly what we're going to explore next. Practical strategies, habit changes, and surprisingly simple techniques that can help anyone start reclaiming their focus in a world that's constantly trying to steal it. All right, James, we've talked about why our attention is constantly under attack and why deep focus matters. But now comes the part everyone is probably waiting for. How do we actually fix it?
Well, the first thing I'd say is don't try to change everything overnight.
Really? Because that's exactly what people tend to do.
I know. Someone watches a motivational video at midnight and decides, tomorrow I'm deleting every app, waking up at 5, meditating for an hour, reading 50 pages, and never touching my phone again.
And by Wednesday,
They're back to exactly where they started.
why does that happen?
Because habits are built through repetition, not intensity. Your brain doesn't care that you were extremely disciplined for one day. It pays attention to what you consistently repeat.
So consistency beats motivation.
Almost every time.
Okay, let's imagine someone listening right now says, I genuinely can't focus for more than 10 minutes. What's the very first thing you'd recommend?
I'd start by changing the environment before trying to change willpower.
Explain that.
Most people rely entirely on self-control.
Which sounds reasonable.
Until you realize you're asking yourself to resist temptation that's sitting 12 inches away from you.
Your phone.
Exactly.
I actually laughed because mine is literally on the desk right now.
And here's something fascinating. Researchers have found that even having your phone visible, even if it's turned off, can reduce available cognitive capacity.
Wait,
Just seeing it.
You're telling me I don't even have to use my phone for it to distract me?
That's right. Part of your brain is still aware it's there. It's almost like leaving your favorite dessert on the table while trying to eat healthy.
You're constantly resisting it.
Exactly. And resisting temptation consumes mental energy.
So step 1 is remove the temptation.
Yes, put the phone in another room if possible. If you can't, place it in a drawer or your backpack. Make checking it require a conscious decision instead of an automatic movement.
That's surprisingly simple.
The best productivity advice often is
What's next?
time blocking.
I've heard that phrase before, but I've never really understood it.
Instead of creating a giant to-do list, you assign specific periods of time to specific activities.
Like saying, from 9 until 10, I'm only writing.
Exactly. During that hour, your only job is to write.
No email.
No email.
no YouTube.
No YouTube.
No checking if someone replied to your text.
Not unless the building is on fire.
That's a pretty high standard.
It should be. Every interruption has a cost.
But what if someone genuinely struggles to stay focused for an entire hour?
Then don't start with an hour.
Really?
Start with 20 minutes.
That's it?
Absolutely. Think of attention like a muscle.
You wouldn't walk into a gym after years of inactivity and immediately try lifting the heaviest weights.
Exactly. You'd hurt yourself or give up.
So attention works the same way.
Very much so. Start with 20 focused minutes, then 25, then 30. Gradually extend the sessions as your concentration improves.
That feels much more achievable.
Because it is.
Here's something I struggle with. I'll be working, and suddenly I remember something completely unrelated.
Like buying groceries?
Exactly. Or replying to an email. Or paying a bill. Suddenly I'm thinking, I should do that right now.
That's incredibly common.
So what do you do?
Keep a capture notebook.
What's that?
A simple notebook or even a blank document where you immediately write down distracting thoughts.
Instead of acting on them.
Exactly.
So, if I suddenly remember I need to book a dentist appointment,
Write it down in 5 seconds.
then go back to work.
Right. Your brain relaxes because it knows the thought won't be forgotten.
That's brilliant.
It reduces the mental burden of trying to remember everything.
What about notifications?
Honestly, most notifications don't deserve to exist.
That's a bold statement.
Think about it. Does your shopping app really need to tell you there's a sale? Does a social media app need to interrupt your work because someone liked your photo?
Probably not.
Every notification is asking one question.
Which is,
May I interrupt your life?
I've never thought about it like that.
And the answer doesn't always have to be yes.
So you recommend turning most of them off?
Absolutely. Keep notifications for genuinely important communication. Family, close friends, maybe work if your role requires immediate responses. Everything else can wait.
I think people underestimate how peaceful that sounds.
They do. Many people don't realize how anxious constant alerts make them until they experience a few quiet days.
Let's talk about mornings.
Good idea.
Because I know a lot of people, including me sometimes, wake up and immediately grab the phone.
That's one habit that can shape the entire day.
Why?
Because the first thing you're doing is allowing other people's priorities to enter your mind before you've even established your own.
Emails.
Messages.
News.
Social media.
Suddenly your brain is reacting instead of leading.
Exactly. Compare that with waking up, drinking some water, stretching, reading a few pages, or planning your day before touching your phone.
You're choosing the direction instead of being pushed in one.
That's the key difference. Focus isn't just about saying no to distractions. It's about saying yes to what actually matters.
And I think that's where this conversation starts becoming less about productivity and more about how we want to live our lives.
I couldn't agree more.
Because attention isn't just a work skill.
It's the foundation of relationships, learning, creativity, and even happiness. Wherever your attention goes, your life tends to follow.
You know, James, that last sentence really stuck with me. Wherever your attention goes, your life tends to follow. That's kind of profound.
It is, because if you think about it, our lives are really just the sum of what we repeatedly pay attention to.
So, if my attention is constantly fragmented,
Then your experience of life becomes fragmented too.
Wow.
Think about a dinner with your family.
Okay.
Physically, you're there, but every few minutes, you glance at your phone.
just for a second.
That's what we all tell ourselves.
Guilty.
But each glance breaks the moment. Maybe someone was about to tell an important story. Maybe your child wanted to show you something. Maybe your partner was waiting for your reaction.
And instead,
Your attention went somewhere else.
that's actually kind of sad.
It is. We often think distraction only hurts productivity, but it affects relationships just as much.
Because attention is a way of showing people they matter.
Exactly. One of the greatest gifts you can give another person isn't advice or money. It's your undivided attention,
That's beautiful.
and increasingly rare.
Why do you think it's becoming so rare?
Because we're surrounded by technology that constantly encourages partial attention.
Partial attention?
You're listening while checking messages,
Watching a movie while scrolling?
eating dinner while watching videos.
Talking to someone while thinking about replying to an email?
Exactly.
It almost feels normal now.
That's what's interesting. Just because something is common doesn't mean it's healthy.
I want to ask something that might sound controversial.
Go for it.
Do you think social media is actually making us less intelligent?
I don't think that's the right way to frame it.
Okay.
I don't believe it's making people inherently less intelligent. Intelligence is incredibly complex, but I do think it can influence how we use our intelligence.
Explain that.
Imagine having an incredibly powerful computer,
Okay.
but every 30 seconds, someone presses Alt-Tab and switches to another program.
That computer never gets to fully use its power.
Exactly.
So maybe the issue isn't our brains becoming weaker.
It's our attention becoming too scattered to fully apply our abilities.
That's a really important distinction.
I think so.
Because I know people who are incredibly smart, but they constantly say things like, I can't finish a book anymore.
Or, I start 10 projects but never finish one.
Exactly.
That's often not an intelligence problem. It's an attention problem.
Let's talk about something I think everyone has experienced.
Sure.
You open YouTube to watch one educational video.
Dangerous already.
35 minutes later, you're watching someone restore a 50-year-old tractor in another country.
And somehow you're completely invested.
Exactly.
Recommendation algorithms have become extraordinarily good at predicting what might keep you watching.
Better than we predict ourselves.
Sometimes, yes.
That's almost scary.
It can be. These systems learn from millions, even billions of interactions. They're constantly optimizing one question. What's the next piece of content most likely to hold your attention?
Which means they're getting better every single day.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, we're just trying to answer emails.
Right?
That doesn't seem like a fair fight.
In many ways, it isn't.
So, what's the solution? Quit technology altogether?
No, because technology itself isn't the enemy.
That's refreshing to hear.
Think about it this way. A kitchen knife can prepare dinner or cause harm.
It depends on how it's used.
Exactly.
So social media is a tool.
Yes, an incredibly powerful one.
The problem is when the tool starts using us.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
How do we know when that's happening?
Ask yourself a simple question after using any app.
Which is,
Did I choose to be here? Or did I end up here?
Ooh.
It's surprisingly revealing.
because sometimes you intentionally open an app to message someone.
That's purposeful.
But other times you honestly don't remember why you picked up your phone.
That's habit taking over.
I actually tried that once.
Really?
I unlocked my phone, stared at the screen for a few seconds, and realized I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do.
You're definitely not alone.
It's amazing how automatic those behaviors become.
Our brains love efficiency.
Even when the habit isn't helping us.
Especially then. The brain isn't asking, is this good for me? It's asking, have we done this before?
That's fascinating.
Which is why replacing habits usually works better than simply trying to eliminate them.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of checking social media every time you're waiting in line.
Read a page from a book.
Or observe your surroundings.
Or just do nothing.
Exactly.
We've become so uncomfortable with empty moments.
Yet those empty moments are often where reflection happens.
Or creativity.
Or gratitude.
It's funny. We've spent so much time trying to eliminate every second of boredom
that we may have accidentally eliminated some of the mental space where our best ideas are born.
And I think that's something a lot of people need to hear.
I agree.
Because reclaiming focus isn't about becoming a productivity machine.
It's about becoming fully present in your own life again.
And honestly, that sounds like a goal worth pursuing. So, James, if someone finishes this episode and remembers only one thing, what would you want it to be?
I'd say this. Your attention is one of the few things in life that truly belongs to you. Every day, dozens of companies, platforms, advertisements, and notifications compete for it. But at the end of the day, you still get to decide where it goes.
I love that because it feels empowering rather than discouraging.
Exactly. This isn't about feeling guilty for using your phone or watching videos. Technology has brought incredible opportunities. We can learn almost anything, connect with people across the world, build businesses, and access knowledge that previous generations could only dream of.
So the goal isn't to reject technology.
Not all. It's to use technology intentionally instead of automatically.
There's a huge difference between opening YouTube because you want to learn something
and realizing you've been scrolling for an hour without remembering a single video.
I think we've all been there.
More times than we'd probably like to admit.
If someone wanted to start today, literally today, what are 5 practical things they could do?
Great question.
Let's make it simple.
First, spend just 30 minutes every day without your phone.
That's it?
That's it. Go for a walk. Read. Think. Drink your coffee without reaching for a screen. It might feel uncomfortable at first, and that's okay.
Okay, number 2.
Schedule one session of uninterrupted deep work every day. Even 25 or 30 minutes is enough to start building the habit.
Protect that time.
Exactly. Treat it like an important meeting with yourself.
Number 3.
Turn off every notification that isn't genuinely important.
Honestly, I think most people would be shocked by how many alerts they don't actually need.
Absolutely. Every unnecessary notification is another opportunity to lose focus.
Number 4.
Reintroduce boredom into your life.
That's probably the most unexpected advice of the whole episode.
It might be the most valuable. Stand in line without checking your phone. Sit on a train and look out the window. Let your mind wander. Creativity often arrives when your brain finally has room to breathe.
And the last one?
Ask yourself one simple question before opening any app. Why am I opening this?
I like that.
If you have a clear answer, great. If you don't, maybe put the phone back down.
It's amazing how one question can interrupt an automatic habit.
Awareness is usually the first step toward change.
You know what I've realized during this conversation?
What's that?
We spend so much time trying to manage our time.
Well, maybe we should be managing our attention instead.
Exactly.
Because time keeps moving whether we're paying attention or not. Attention determines what we actually experience during that time.
That's such a powerful distinction.
Think about the end of your life.
That's a big shift.
It is, but it's worth considering. No one looks back and wishes they'd refreshed social media another 1,000 times. People remember conversations, meaningful work, adventures, relationships, books that changed them, skills they mastered, and moments they were fully present for.
So the quality of our attention shapes the quality of our memories.
I genuinely believe it does.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
I also think people sometimes wait for motivation before making changes.
That's another trap.
Why?
Because motivation comes and goes. Systems and habits are what carry you forward when motivation disappears.
So don't wait until Monday.
Don't wait until New Year's.
Don't wait for the perfect productivity app.
Just begin with one small decision today.
Maybe that's putting your phone in another room while you work.
Or reading 10 pages before bed instead of scrolling.
Or having dinner with someone you care about and leaving your phone in your pocket.
Exactly. Tiny decisions repeated consistently become a completely different life over time.
I think that's the perfect place to end.
Me too.
If today's conversation resonated with you, don't feel pressured to change everything overnight. Pick one idea, just one. Practice it this week and notice how it changes the way you think, work, and connect with the people around you.
Remember, the world will always be noisy. There will always be another notification, another trend, another video, another reason to look away from what matters. Protecting your attention isn't about escaping the modern world. It's about making sure the modern world doesn't quietly take control of your life.
Thanks so much for spending your time with us today. And honestly, we hope this episode inspires you to spend a little more of that time on the things that truly matter.
Take care of yourselves, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.